born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Thursday morning, May 29th, 2025, 6:30 in the morning here at Forex Smart Trade. We coach people to become profitable currency traders using our simple but highly accurate and powerful proprietary trading indicators. And one of the purposes of this session is to show you how accurate they are and help you evaluate for yourself if it's something that might work for you. Best way to figure it out is to try our trading trial, where we'll give you access to the indicators and give you some one-on-one coaching. So with that, let's kind of jump right in and see what we've got this morning. We first need to listen to this guy, and then we'll be on our way.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We have a number of different training methods. We've got a detailed curriculum. We've been doing this almost 17 years or 17 plus years. So we've figured out what you need to know and what you don't need to know, and we are laser focused on just giving you what you need to know this profitably, or to do this profitably. We've got videos, we've got group coaching sessions, and we are big believers in constant coaching. We think you get better by having a coach. Most people who are good at something have a coach. Even when they're at the top of their game, they still get coaching to get those small nuances. I do 3 live trades a week, Tuesday and Thursday morning, Monday afternoon, so long as it's not a holiday. Every afternoon, I send out around 4:15. I send out a overnight trade setup. Last night we took 2 trades, both closed profitably. We also, in the morning, sometime between 8:30 and noon, send out a trade pattern alert. When we see a good trade setup, we text it to you and email it to you so that you can copy it. Yesterday's was stopped out. When you become a member, we do live trades every morning at 10 and every afternoon at 6. So we are constantly kind of feeding you. In fact, we have a program where we'll trade your account for you. So we are very confident how well this works once you know how to use it. In fact, we'll let you trade with our money once we've trained you. I work off of a little checklist, make sure I don't forget anything. I generally don't take questions during the trade, but if you want to ask me questions, the best way is just to hop on my calendar, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. I do hold office hours also, but I'm going to change the time because of the summer, and I quite haven't figured out exactly when I want to do that. I'll try to do that this week, and so next week we've got a time. Every morning, refresh your green chart. It clears out the memory, picks up any updates they might have done. At the end of every day or the beginning of every next day, you should go back and review the trades that didn't go the way that you wanted to see what you could learn from that trade. Our indicators have a built-in simulator that allows you to go to that specific time and look at exactly what the chart was telling you. And more often than not, you can gain some insight that will increase your accuracy. On Tuesday, we didn't find a good trade setup, so we didn't take any. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action, and our indicators are very good at predicting the direction of a move. If we can predict the direction of the move, we can make some money. We only need a couple good trades a day to make terrific money doing this. But we do want to know what news is coming up so that we can trade around it. And I like to go to forexfactory.com. Forex Factory breaks news down into kind of 3 or actually 4 categories. Yellow, which is low impact. We ignore those. Orange, which is medium impact. I tend to ignore these, but some people pay attention to them. And red, which is high impact. These are guys I want to trade around. And this morning we've got two items on the USD at 8:30. Unemployment claims and gross domestic product. So we will not trade the dollar this morning. I don't like to trade within a 2-hour window of this. Now the fourth item. Any trade we take this morning, we get something on the pound. Their Fed chairman speaks at 3 in the afternoon. Any trade we take now would be done before this. But the other issue we have, it is a bank holiday in Europe, and I generally don't like to trade pairs when there's a bank holiday because the volume's lower, and then when the volume's lower, the indicators, my experience has been they're not quite as accurate. So we've got the dollar and the euro and the Swiss franc all kind of off the table this morning. So with that, the trade I'm going to do is something called the 10-point trade. I like to take it on a 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart trades are generally going to close within 1 to 3 hours. You're going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot's 11 pips. If I can get 11 pips a couple times a day, I am doing very well. Generally, at this stage of the game for me, if I can't get at least 10 pips out of a trade, I'm not interested in the effort. So with that, let me go over what the 10-point trade is. Chart I'm going to be trading off of is something called the Light 6 Major. It's one of our standard charts. It is a composite chart in that it's showing me 6 different currency pairs. These are all US-based pairs. There are 3 parts of the chart. This middle section is what we call the majors and minors. This top section is what we call the TNTs. And this bottom section is what we call the pressure. And what I'm looking for is agreement between all 3 sections. Each section's measuring something different. And when I get agreement across all 3 sections, I've got a high probability trade. Now, I start with the middle section, the majors and minors. The red and green line is our major indicator. The black and gray line is our minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is what we call the overbought line. horizontal red line is the oversold line. I am looking for situations where we are overbought and the lines are going down, or oversold and the lines are going up. And then you can see when we're oversold and the lines are going up, we've got a green candle. When we are overbought and the lines are going down, we've got red candles. So here we're overbought, Australian dollar, USD. I know I said we're not going to trade the dollar this morning, but we can still take a look at it so that you can, so that you're able to identify what a good trade setup looks like. Overbought. All the lines are going down. There's four things I'm looking for. So one is that we're overbought. Two, all the lines are going down. Three, that the red line is kind of crossed over the green line and the black line is crossed over the gray line. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing is the slope of the green line here. And I want this to be better than 45 degrees. And it is not. It is less than 45 degrees. So I would pass on that. If I don't like what I see here, I don't need to look at the rest of it. Euro USD overbought, and we've got disagreement between the majors and the minors. Majors are going down very, very slightly. Minors are still going up. I want all of these lines in agreement. So we'll pass. Again, pound USD, majors are sideways, minors going up, overbought. Dollar, Canadian dollar, we got this, we're oversold, we've got disagreement, minors going down, majors going up. Dollar, Swiss franc, everybody's going down. And, here's a case where, you can oversold. I generally won't take a sell trade on a 1 hour chart when we're oversold, but here's a case you could have carved out 16 pips when you're oversold and it was going down. Just that's not part of my trade plan. I want to get in and get out, because when we're oversold, at some point this is going to turn and go up, and I don't want to get stuck. Dollar, yen, oversold, everybody's going down. So nothing there. I have cloned this chart, and I've got 6 more pairs. These are non-USD pairs. Euro pound overbought going up. Nothing there. Australian dollar, yen oversold going down. This time of day is inappropriate to trade the Australian dollar or the yen, or to trade this pair, because both of these pairs, it's evening time. When I'm trading on a 1 hour chart, I want one of the pairs to be actively trading. Euro, Canadian dollar, overbought going up. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, we've got disagreement between the majors and minors. Pound yen, oversold going down, so nothing there. And Australian dollar, or Euro Australian dollar. We were oversold. Everybody's going up, double cross. Steepness on the green line is better than 45 degrees. I generally don't like to trade when the green line has gone more than halfway, and it has here. So I'm going to pass. Plus, we've got it's a holiday in Europe, so I don't know what the holiday is. The end of May. So we've got another group of 6. Canadian dollar, yen oversold going down. Euro, New Zealand dollar, majors going up, minors sideways. Pound New Zealand, everybody's kind of sideways. New Zealand yen, everybody's going down. Gold dollar, overbought going up, and now here's a case where could have got 16 points here. Gold isn't measured with pips. Oops, come on. So, that's a pretty good move. But again, just not part of my trade plan. Euro Swiss franc oversold going down. Again, a nice move where it turned here. This is kind of an upside down on the majors, an upside down duck bill, where here's the duck's head and here's his bill. That usually means there's more down on the move, and we can see that here. Let's go to the next grouping. So it's not looking promising this morning here. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, disagreement between the majors and minors. Swiss franc, yen. Oversold, everybody's going up, double cross, where the green's on top and the gray's on top. Good steepness on the green line. So we have all four here. Then I'm going to jump up to the TNTs. Thick orange is going up. So it's one of the two supporting the buy signal here. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue goes down, that means buy. So dotted blue is going down. So I only have two of the four telling me buy. I want to have at least three of the four. The thin orange line is in a disagreement, and the thick blue line's in disagreement. I do have up pressure, weak up pressure with red on top. So this is a point, but I don't have enough here. And again, it's a holiday in Switzerland. So we're going to pass. Euro yen oversold going down. Pound Australian dollar. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. Steepness on the green line is better than 45 degrees. The thing I don't like is I don't like that we have a kink here where we're going from more steep to less steep. That tells me the move is running out of gas, even though the line is still greater than 45 degrees. And then jumping, so technically we have four here. It's just a little over the halfway mark. But when I go up to the TNTs, thick orange is going up a little bit. Thin orange is horizontal. So I'm going to get two of the four here. I've got sideways pressure with green on top. So I have a point here. Just for the heck of it, let's, yeah, we don't, this thin orange is fluttering, going up and down. Right now it's down. Normally, if I have everything I like, I would then go to a clean chart, pound Australian dollar. And I have a little confirmation test, and the confirmation test is I want the 2-hour chart and the 4-hour chart to both be oversold, and they are. And the reason I want these oversold is if they're oversold, there's less of a chance of being stopped out. They don't necessarily have to be going up. But I just want them oversold. So we have that. Let's take a look. When I have the confirmation, then this is a trade where we have to figure out what it's worth. To figure out what it's worth, I'm going to go to a clean chart. And I need to drop some support and resistance in. So support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So you can see it kind of stops in here, stops in here, stops here, here, over here, kind of over here. And that becomes my bring it down just a little bit. Stops here, kind of over here, over here, over here. This becomes my trading range. On a 1 hour chart, these tend to be about 30 to 40 pips apart. So we're at 0876 to 0921. So that's about 40 pips. About 40 pips. And then I want to know how much room I've got going down and how much room I've got going up. And so this becomes the channel. This becomes the so going up, I got 10 pips. Coming down, I got 34 pips. And let's just take a look at it again. Oops. I'm trying to decide. There's two things I don't like. One, now we're a little bit more than halfway, and two, this kink. Both of these are just barely going up now. So we do have 3 of the 4 here, and we've got very weak down pressure or sideways pressure with green on top. We got the confirmation. Let's go back and take a look at it one more time. My interest is in not losing money. So we get about 10 pips there. And we're trading into a downtrend. I like to know the trend because if I'm trading against the trend, I want to be a little more conservative in what I take. So I probably wouldn't take the 10. I'd take the 7 pips, maybe up to, it's 5 pips up to there. And it's actually less than 5 because we're a little bit. Yeah, it's about 5 pips. Yeah, I don't want to take a trade for 5 pips. It's not worth the risk reward isn't great enough for me. So let's go back to our. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, oversold going down. So we've just done 24 pairs. I didn't see a setup that I liked. I am going to. We've got a dozen different trade strategies, so I'm going to examine using another trade strategy. This is called the thick orange line trade. It's a very simple trade. It's a little scalp trade. It's worth 5 pips. I used to take it like way more in the beginning. As I said, I'm not as interested in 5 pip trades anymore. But since I like to have you guys walk away with some money, let's see if we have it. And what it does is it looks at the position of the thick orange line. And the thick orange line is a scaled line. So when it's as low as it can go, this number here is at 0. When it's at 0, it thinks there's no more down in the movement. So if there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. And when it's as high as it can go, this is at 10. When it's at 10, it thinks there's no more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to sell. So when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour on the chart, and you can take this on both a 30-minute chart or a 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, it's worth 5 pips. On the 3 hour chart, on the 30-minute chart, it's worth 3 pips. So I'm looking for this to be either 10 or 0 or within 1 point of either end. So this one isn't quite there. 2 isn't quite there. 9 is there. That's within 1 of 10. When I see this, then I want to look at where the red line is. And I want the red line on the major indicator. And I want it to be, if this is at 10, I want the red line to be above the blue line. It's not. So this is telling me there's more up in the movement. This is telling me we've maxed out. If I can get both of these to say like there's, we're maxed out, that's a good trade. So 9, nothing there. 1 isn't close enough. I want 0 or 10. 5 isn't close enough. 0.7, which is within 1 point of 0. But look where my red line is. I want my red line down here. So we're going to pass. 1 not close enough. 5 not close enough. 4 not close enough. Again, I'm looking for 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either. 7 not close enough. 7 not close enough. 2 not close enough. This only takes really a second to figure out if it's there or not. 7 not close enough. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Looking for 0 or 10. Even if we saw it here, I wouldn't take it because we've got the news on the USD coming up. All right, gang, I am sorry we weren't able to find a good trade we could take. But the point is to trade profitably, you need the right tools, you need the right temperament, you need the right training. We have the right tools. We have the right training. We are so confident in the training that once we've trained you, we'll let you trade with our money. So we basically, our partners, our interests are aligned. You make money. When you make money, we make money. So we have a vested interest in you doing well. We will give you instruction on the temperament and risk management. Those are kind of the biggest stumbling blocks for people. But if you are coachable, we can get you good at this. Best way to figure it out is to try our trading trial, and we'll give you access to the indicators. We'll give you some one-on-one instructions. We'll give you the trade set up so that you can just copy. In the beginning, you just copy the trades we give you and you'll make money. So with that, have a terrific rest of your day. We'll reconvene in the afternoon when I send out the overnight trade setup, and have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Bye-bye.